बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। शरणम श्री आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। शरणम श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। शरणम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम श्री गुरुरत्नाय नमः। ओम श्री चिन्मयानंदाय नमः। ओम श्री गणपति सच्चिदानंदाय नमः। ओम श्री साईश्वराय नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम शिवाय रुद्राय नमः। ओम नमो हनुमते नमः। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। रामायण सिमरन। Devotees, once more today, again here we join as we continue understanding the glorious verses of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, these wonderful verses. But for the past couple of weeks, you all will be familiar and accustomed now that we are actually taking Ramayana Katha and we are combining it. So I am showing you where the references are taken from that is contained within the Hanuman Chalisa. I'm showing you where all of these different references are coming from. So right now we are in Lanka Kand of the Sri Ramcharitamanas, Lanka Kand, where we are listening to where Lakshmana was shot by Meghnad. And when he got shot, Lakshmana became unconscious. You know, one thing we must understand is that Lakshmana himself, he is a direct manifestation, an incarnation or avatar of A who? Of Sheshnag. The 1,000-headed serpent that Lord Vishnu resides upon, right? That one who holds the weight of the universe and all of these things, Sheshnag. So can anybody really take down Sheshnag? Can anybody really make Sheshnag unconscious? That is not possible really, in reality. But all of this that is transpiring here, it is a lila for us to understand certain things and learn certain things. Nevertheless, last week in last week's Katha, we would have understood that Hanumanji was called upon to go and retrieve this life-giving herb. He brought the doctor Sushen, and then that doctor advised and he said, Hanuman, you must go and bring that Sanjeevani herb, that life-giving herb that would give life back to Lakshmana. So he is in search of this Sanjeevani herb now. He's in search of the mountain upon which he will find this plant. When he goes there, a Rakshas is already sent by Ravana by the name of Kala Nemi, and this Rakshas, he has gone there. It is said that that herb would be easy to identify because it would carry some sort of light on that plant. Now that Rakshas would have gone and he would have put lights on all of the plants and all these things on that mountain. So now Hanumanji goes there and he's like, Jai Shri Ram, which plant is the one that I must carry now? Which plant? Which herb here now is the correct one that I must carry? You know? And before coming to that, something transpires. You see, this Rakshas, Kalanini, he fashions, right? This Rakshas, he fashions a hermitage, an ashram, right? He fashions an ashram with a little river and all of these things, as I was telling to you all last time, right? A lake, a temple, and a garden, all of these things. So it looks very beautiful, you know, like that of a saint. And he takes the form of a saint also, and he's seated there now to deceive Hanumanji. But you must remember that Kalanemi, right? I'm just recapping so that you'll remember, right? Because these sessions are 1 week apart, right? Kalanemi, before coming there, when Ravana sent him, right? Ravana told Kalanemi, he says, go there and you stop, prevent Hanuman from getting that Sanjeevani herb. And Kalanemi at that point in time, he started to advise, Jai Shri Ram, he started to advise Ravana, and he started to say, Ravana, surrender to the Lord, surrender to the Lord. You are sending me to stop the one who you couldn't even stop when he burned down your city in front of you. That is the fellow you're sending me to stop? Jai Bhagwan. Says Ravana, think again, think, surrender yourself. Give up all his pride and all these things. So many people are telling to Ravana. Ravana was a very powerful individual, but with power, right, the ego tends to rise, and that is where the problem comes. And in this world that we live in, my dear friends, it is so easy to get caught up and intoxicated in the mire of this world. I would have explained to you last week as well, that great saint Narad Muni, even him, he got intoxicated, and he's this great saint. So then what do you leave for you and I? It is so easy in this world to get caught up in the Maya. And getting caught up is not a problem, right? Staying caught up in the Maya is where the issue comes, right? Because you can get a little confused, you can stray a little bit, it happens. That's normal human tendency. But when you get stuck there, that is where the problem comes, right? So I'm not going to be fake to you and lie to you and tell you, oh, it's just easy, you just not focus on it, the Maya, and not get caught up and intoxicated. No, it is not that simple. Bhagwan showed to us that even the great saints, they will get caught up because it's so easy to get intoxicated with power when you have knowledge, you have wealth and status and position, all of these things. So Ravana got so caught up that it was so difficult to stray his focus from where he was. Nevertheless, this Kalanemi, after saying all of that, nevertheless, he decided that I'm going to go there. It's better that rather than I die by the hand of this sinner, just so he says, this wicked individual, he is toting all of these sins on his head. Instead of dying by his hands, it's best I listen to his instruction. Let me go, I'll die at the hands of the servant of the Lord. Instead, right? I will be elevated, right? It's very important, my dear friends. Here I want you to draw a comparison and understand. It is not so much about the debt, but it's about the environment. This is such a powerful thing, eh? It is about the environment. Satsang, that association where you come together to speak of the ultimate truth. That association where you come to be in the company of saints. Satsang, as we say, right? Here, Kalanemi is getting the opportunity, even though he's in that form of the Rakshas, he's getting that opportunity to leave from
being around these individuals who have the wrong types, the negative types of thinking, and he's getting to go in the company of a saint to have satsang. And he chose wisely. If you are telling me a Rakshas could have chosen wisely, then what do we leave for ourselves? So, Baba, I didn't know. Oh, really? Really? Oh, how sweet. We all know, but we make choices and we make decisions for ourselves. So when the consequences come, what can you do again now? Jai Bhagwan. But when the consequences come, you want to bang your head and repent. You want to repent, right? There's a verse in Uttarakhand, a doha. So parat rupa vaisar duni duni pachtai. When you lose the opportunity and the affordability to get the salvation and all of these different things, to get self-realization, to serve the Lord, you lose the opportunity. That's the time you want to repent. Siri duni duni pachatai. You worry, oh God, Bhagwan, if only I get a next chance. And then you start blaming. It says, Kal hi karma hi ishwar mitya dosha lagai. You start blaming Kal, which is time. You blame karma, which is action, right? Karma is not really destiny, it's action, right? You say, well, you use it in the context of destiny now, and you say, God gave me a destiny. No. Your action determines your future. Your actions now in the present moment determines your future. Your actions of the past determine the present that you are currently experiencing here. So you blame time. You say, God didn't give me enough time. You blame karma, actions. You blame Ishwar. You blame God. You see, so when it comes to this thing called karma, this is a very, very, very deep topic. Because sometimes you're thinking, right now I'm thinking positively. Right now I'm doing good things. But why am I not seeing the fruits and why am I not seeing the benefits? It is said what you're experiencing now is based on an average, approximately, around the last 10 years of your life and these different kind of things. What you are creating right now is what you would reap a decade later. That's why we always say, my dear friends, you must think like that. Have a vision. Do not live today for tomorrow. Yes, live in the present moment and experience the present moment. But have a vision. Where do you see yourself in the next 5, in the next 10 years? There's a saying that says, right? A man he overestimates what he can achieve in a year while he underestimates what he can achieve in a decade. Sometimes in life, I want you to put that into perspective and think about it. We want to achieve everything right now in this very moment. I have been there many a times. You want it right now. Instead of looking, you look back at all the years that has gone by and see what you have actually achieved. And then you realize, wait now, if I give myself some time, and I be present in every moment, and I take my time and I go down the road, you know what is going to happen? I will be enjoying life, and at the same time, I am preparing myself for greater things that lie in my future. Whether it's in this realm or in the next realm, because the next thing will come up there, you'll say, well, Baba, what if I don't have time? That's why I said be present. Enjoy every moment. Don't let a moment go to waste. I say every day of my life, I don't even have enough time. That 24 hours is like, oh, Jai Bhagwan. 24 hours is gone and time just flies. But there are some people living upon the face of the earth and every day they are in misery. Not so? Every day they are in sorrow. Every day they feel like they are in difficulty. Oh God, I don't know what to do again. Baba, you will help me now. Of course, not a problem. But are you willing to help yourself? That is the question. Are you willing to help yourself? So here, as Hanumanji, my dear friends, he sees this deceit, right? But Hanumanji, he's seeing it as the reality, right? In life, sometimes we see things and we think it's the reality, but it's not the reality. It can actually be very, very deceiving, delusion, right? In this world, sometimes you see things and you think that, okay, what I'm seeing is what it is. But sometimes you need to look a little bit deeper. When you are a bhakta devotee of the Lord, nevertheless, the Lord is always with you. And He will always open your eyes. Tonight you're going to hear about something called, the key phrase here tonight is Jnana Drishti. Spiritual insight. It's a very, very important, very, very beautiful and very powerful word. Right? Jnana Drishti, spiritual insight. What does this spiritual insight mean? You'll hear this Rakshas in his form here now. As he sees himself there, Hanumanji sees a saint. He doesn't see a Rakshas because he's in an illusionary form, right? He sees this saint and he says, well, Hanumanji thinks to himself, let me ask this holy man, I will take leave, I'll drink some water, and then I'll free myself from this exhaustion. Right? What happens next? We listen.
Jaya Ram Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama.
So here, Tulsidas writes the devotees and he says, Rakshasa kapata deshtaha soha mayapati dutahi chaha moha. This Rakshas, he already changed his desha, right? His disguise here, right? He's in a disguised form. His look, he changed it up. So he's not a Rakshas anymore, he's looking like a saint. And he's here, and he has this keen interest now. He wants to delude, right, Moha. He wants to delude the mind of Hanumanji. Let's see what happens. Hanumanji has Prabhu Shri Ram in his heart always. We have Prabhu Shri Ram in our heart as well. But sometimes we forget it. Hanumanji doesn't forget, he always remembers. What happens when you remember that Bhagwan is always in your heart? Jai Pavan Sutta Naiv Matha Lagaso Kahe Ram Guna Gatha. So, when Hanumanji himself now, he goes and he bows his head in reverence, because the saint is there, he bows his head in reverence now by that sage. What happens? The Rakshas himself now, this is a funny thing, we could put this in the perspective also. The Rakshas now, he starts to sing the praises of Prabhu Shri Ram. Look at this. Many things can be grasped from this here, right? One is, even if you chant in the name of the Lord, for just chanting its sake, even if you chanted it for chanting its sake, you're just saying it over and over and over, there's some merit to be gained from it. There's some merit to be gained from it. Just by chanting, you don't know the meaning, you don't understand the meaning. That is how powerful the name of the Lord is. Because you'll understand. Right? He becomes elevated because he'll die at the hands of Hanumanji, right? Apart from that, when you come in the company of a saint, a real true saint, or a true bhakta, a true devotee, here a Rakshas is in the company of Hanumanji. When you come in the company of a true bhakta, you become transformed in an instant. Jai Shri Ram. So that Rakshas, being in the company of Hanumanji, he also starts to chant the name of Prabhu Shri Ram. Look at how this works. क्या बात है? Because you see, Rakshas is inside of us, and Bhagwan is also inside of us. Both of them are inside of us. Negativity is here, positivity is also here in all of us. It's not on the outside, it's not in any one person, it is within all of us, and it's the age of Kali Yuga. You have to choose which one you are enhancing, right? So here, as he starts to sing, he starts to chant the praises of Prabhu Shri Ram, right? Hota Maharana Ravana Ramahi Jiti Hahi Ramuna Samsayaya Mahi. So here now, while he sings the praises of Ram, he's starting to say now, as this battle now, right, it grows very fiercely between Ram and Ravana. Prabhu Shri Ram, he says, despite the fact that it's going very fierce, right, Lakshmana is shot, all of these things, Prabhu Shri Ram is definitely going to win this battle, right? Eha bhaye main dekau bhai jnana drishti balu mohi adhikar. He says, despite the fact, so Rakshas is speaking here, Kalanini is speaking, he says, despite the fact that I have not moved from here, due to my spiritual insight, my jnana drishti, I can see what is transpiring there. I have foresight, if you want to call it like that, then basically. When you talk in the context of things like visions and all of that, you start to see things before it happens sometimes. People ask me that question. Here's your answer. That is called jnana drishti. Right? Despite the fact that you are not present there, you are able to see. That's like from Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya Vacha. Sanjaya had that jnana drishti. And he was narrating to the blind king, Dhritarashtra, despite the fact that he was not present on the battlefield while the war was happening. He could see everything that was transpiring and he was relating it back. Now this might sound strange. Sometimes we say, well, is this possible? Yes, it's very much possible. I ask to you all, my dear friends, how many times in your life you would have seen something and then it comes to pass? You would have seen something and then it happens after. And you say, oh God, I wonder what that is. Right? I wonder what that is. That is jnana drishti. That is spiritual insight. You are able to tap into that. The more connected you become to the universe, the more aware you become as an individual. What happens is that the stronger that starts to become. That's why a lot of spiritual people and stuff, they will be able to tap into these different kind of things. Right? Some people seek it and some people don't seek it. Right? So here now he says, the great strength lies, my great strength lies in my spiritual insight. So I am able to see, I'm seeing what is going on there, despite the fact that I'm not present there. So he tells this now, and as he tells this to Hanumanji, what happens? Jai Ram Sri Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, Sri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Right, so Hanumanji here, as he asks, Kala kapi nahi agau ture jal. As Hanumanji asks for this water now, what happens? This Rakshas Kalanemi, he gave Hanumanji, he had a water pot and he gave Hanumanji some water in our water pot. But what is Hanumanji going to say, right? Here now, kaha kapi nahi, agau ture jala. What that little bit of quantity of water is going to do for Hanumanji? That cannot satisfy his thirst, right? That cannot satisfy him in any way, right? Sarva janukari, atura avahu, diksha dev jnana jehi pavahu. So here now, the Rakshasa says, then go in that lake over there. Wonderful lake. You see delusion again, eh? Go into that wonderful lake. You go into that lake there, you can't see anything on that lake. Crocodile grab your foot. You know? Right? You'll see real thing here. You real thing. That's why I don't go into waters I can't see under. You never know what it has inside of there, right? I'm just saying, right? So here, sometimes we take that for granted. So here, he says, go and take a bath in the lake, you know what I mean? And then you come back, right? Diksha dev jnana jehi pavahu. So he's telling Hanuman, he says, you go, take a bath and come back, and then I'll give you diksha. Right? I'll give you diksha, he says. What does that mean? Very important topic. In Sanatan Dharma, when you become initiated, right, and you take what is called as a guru or godfather, right, as they say, that is called as, that guru is referred to as your diksha guru. That is the one who initiates you, gives to you a mantra and all of these different kind of things. Diksha means initiation, right? So here he says, I will initiate you, I give you initiation, and then, you know, you will attain, you'll get this jnana drishti, right? You'll get this spiritual insight, right? So you'll find your path, you'll know what you're looking for, and you will not be misled. That is why it's so important for us to try to grow every single day and increase our awareness. The more that you start increasing your awareness, my dear friends, the easier life becomes for you. It's not that your challenges become lesser. Hanumanji's Param Bhakt, the greatest devotee in Lord, how much trouble he had to face. You ain't here thinking yet just now, right? But what happens is you become more equipped to deal with situations in life. You become more equipped to deal with problems in life and the difficulties that will come in your path. So here he says, go and take the bath and then you come back and I will give you this initiation. Sar pai tat kabi par gaha makari tab akulana o Rama makari tab akulana mari sudali divyatanu chali gagan chali jana o Rama gagan chali jana सियावर रामचंद्र पर जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम बोलो जय सिया राम बोलो जय सिया राम. Guha says, Sar pe tat kavi pad gaha makari tava akulan. Immediately as Hanumanji stepped into that lake to take a bath, you see, I just told you this thing, and the same thing happened. Poor Hanuman wanted to take a little bath. As he got there, female crocodile snatches his foot. Jai Bhagwan. Sees his foot immediately. Be careful, I'm just saying. Right? It snatches his foot immediately. You can picture this, right? You think about it and you imagine it. So Hanumanji goes into the water and he's going to take a bath. You just picture it, imagine. And the crocodile comes. You know, like how they play those music in the movies when I go, and right, and it's coming, dun, 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 dun. It's just coming, right? And then it snatches onto his foot there. I'm just trying to give you a mental picture so you can see. And as it holds on to the foot of Hanumanji, what happens there? Mari sudari divyatanu chali gagana chari jana. No sooner Hanumanji, Jai Shri Ram, one mukdar. Ram Nam, Satya. One mukdar. And as he did that, what happened? Listen to this again. He did the same thing for Lankani as well too. Anytime you have satsang with a true bhakt, anytime you have satsang with a saint-like individual, you become uplifted. You'll feel that upliftment immediately. You don't have to wait for it. What happened? Hanumanji, he had satsang with her. That is what is going on. So when he gives you one satsang, immediately what happened? Oh, Jai Bhagwan, Prabhu. She came to realization. So here it was actually a celestial nymph that was in that form of that crocodile. And Hanumanji elevated her out of that. Right? So immediately she assumed a divine form, mounted her aerial car or chariot, as the case may be. She was about to soar into the higher regions. And as she was about to soar into the higher regions, what happened?
तुम ही मेरी मंदिर, तुम ही मेरी पूजा, तुम ही देवता हो, तुम ही देवता हो। कपी तब दर्शन भये नहीं पापा, ये तात मुनि भर कर शाप, मुनि न हुई यहाँ किसी शर गोरा, मानव बचन सत्य कति मोरा। जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, अस कही गायप चरा जगही, इसी चरही कतगा यूं कति तबही। कहाँ कति मुनि गुण जैसे लवे हो, पाचे हम ही मन तुम दे हो। जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। बोलो राम 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 राजा, राम 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 सिंह। सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
Lord Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. So here now, as this happened, as she mounts that aerial car, she tells, what happens? Kapita badarsa bhayev neha papa, mita tat muni bar kar shrapa. The sight of you, Hanuman here, the sight of you, right, has cleansed me of a shrap that was placed, right, upon a sage, by a sage, sorry, placed upon me by a sage. So sage cursed me, and now seeing you, it has lifted this curse. I want you to understand that. Again, as I told you, coming in the company of that saint, sometimes you say there are generational curses, and maybe you know you have so much negative energy, and this thing happened in your family, and all sorts of things, and you want to remove it. How do you remove? Be present in that environment where the name of the Lord is being chanted. Be present in that environment around those who are chanting the name of the Lord. You know, when I think about it, I remember back in Sundarkand, when Hanumanji met Vibhishan for the first time, before even seeing Vibhishan, right? When Vibhishan had awakened early in the morning there, right? Inside of that mandir, inside of his home, Hanumanji is seeing this building, and all Hanumanji hears, Ram Ram Tehi Sumiran Kina. Vibhishan starts to chant, Ram Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Bhaj Ram 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 Siya Ram Bhajle Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Siya Ram. Vibhishan chants the name of the Lord, and as Hanumanji hears that, immediately Hanumanji says, oh, kya baat hai? This has to be some sort of sadhu. This has to be a good fella. Early morning, and you chanting the name of the Lord, it must be. Who you find and chanting the name of the Lord early morning? Right? Well, Tanti and others do it, I'm sure, you know, the Tantis and them, right? When they get up and they cook in the roti in the morning, right? You know, the chant and the singing of the Lord. I know because my mother always does that, right? Put on the radio, you're listening and you're chanting while you're making your breakfast, your bhojan and all of these different kind of things, right? In this day and age, devotees, this time that we are present in, it is very important and essential to chant in the name of the Lord. Do not wait until it is too late. Every day, every time you get chance. All the time I'm chanting, everywhere. Whenever I feel like it. I'm telling you, I just catch a vamp sometimes. That's why I have to live far away from people, and you know. You know, when you're chanting the name of the Lord, I'm telling you, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning, I think of the door and started to chant. I'm telling you, I catch a vamp sometimes. I just catch a vamps. You see, when you are immersed in the glories of the Lord and you know what that experience brings for you, you get lost. Every time we chant, if you notice, if you see us in person, face to face, you realize that we get lost in chanting. It is not so much about what we are doing. This is not a performance. This is bhakti. This is devotion. This is not done for show. There's a big difference there. Big difference. In life, when you do something, you do it not for show, but you do it for the real reason. Whether I impact the life of one person rather than a million or rather 1,000, if I make a difference in one person's life, that means something to me. But I am going to make a difference in the lives of millions. I will. That is why I came upon the face of the earth. But it starts with one, right? You don't have to do great things. You can do small things in a great way. That is what we must understand. You know, Mother Teresa said that. You can do small things in a great way, with great love. And all of these different things. So, here, Hanumanji, she tells Hanumanji, she says, you know, you relieve this curse that was placed upon you just by seeing Hanuman. Imagine that, kya baat hai? Muni na hoi yaha nisichara ghora man vachana satya kapi mora. And she says here now, she says, right? She says, listen to me carefully with no doubt in mind. This sage that you are seeing there, this ain't no sage. Ye to Rakshas hai. This is a Rakshas. This is not no saint. This is not no sage. He's in a disguise. Oh, I see. Kya baat hai? Ansakai gai apar chara jabhi nisi chara nikata gayu kapi tabhi. So immediately, as that celestial nymph went on her journey there, now she's gone. Hanumanji goes back to that Rakshas there now in sage form, who is in this guy's form there. He goes back there immediately. I smiled while I was singing this because knowing what I'm singing at the same time, understanding what is happening. Kaha kapi muni gura, right? Dachina lehu pache hamahi mantra tumadehu. So normally, the guru gives the mantra first. The guru gives the initiation, and then the shishya, right, or as we say chela in Trinidad and Tobago, we normally use that terminology, will give guru dakshina, right? Here in the Awadhi language, or dakshina as we say, right? Just like when Hanumanji received Guru Diksha from Surya Narayan Swami, he asked Surya Narayan Swami, what dakshina, should I give to you? And we would have covered that earlier on in the year when we did for around Makar Sankranti time, right? Now, here, he says, look at this. Hanumanji says, he knows now this is a Rakshas, this is not a sage. He says, O sage, firstly, let me give you Guru Dakshina and then you give me the mantra after. I want you to think about it, right? He said, let me give you Guru Dakshina and then, after that now, you give me mantra. What happens? Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Saralam Gurul Peti Pachara, Nijat Sulam Peti Marti Mara, Jai Ram, Sri Ram. He wraps his tail around the head of that Rakshas and he knocks him to the ground. What happens? as he knocks him to the ground, immediately, Kalanemi takes back his Rakshas form, his real form. And what happens? He cries out. He doesn't say, Ramana, no. He says, Ram, Ram. Because he's in the company of a Shrupa. He's in the company of Hanumanji. So despite the fact that he's in Rakshas form, whether he's in the form of a sage or in the form of a Rakshas, he is still chanting the name of Prabhu Shri Ram. It is so important to be in that environment, to associate yourself with the right types of individuals, my dear friends. Just by associating, when that transformation happens in your life, you will not even realize it. It happens so simply and so quickly. Choose your association wisely. He chants out, Ram, Ram, as he breathed his last, as he took his last breath. On hearing this, Hanumanji, Suni Mana Harishi, Chaliyo Hanumana, Hanumanji set off. Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hanumanji now goes and he's looking for the Sanjeevani hill. He can't find this hill. He's not seeing the hill that he's looking for. And he's not sure which one it is. So what happens? He wastes no time. Jai Shri Ram. He uproots the entire mountain from the earth. He lifts that mighty mountain. And what happens? He flew off into the air. As he darted through the wind, it is said that he's passing here now over the city of Ayodhya. Dekata, Deka Bharat Visati, Nishikar Mana Anumani, Vinu Karsaya Kamari Uchata, Shravanal Gitani, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Visal Ati, Nisichara Mana Anumana. Bharata is looking from Ayodhya, that brother of Prabhu Shri Ram, and he sees this huge being in the sky. He's seeing this thing passing in the sky and he thinks that this is a Rakshas. Immediately he thinks this is a Rakshas. Binu Bharat Sayaka Mare Ucha Shravana Lagi Tana. He takes his bow and arrow, he takes a headless arrow and he pulls it to his air and he releases that arrow. What happens? Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. That arrow, it struck Hanumanji. Pare murche mahila saare, Umirat Ram Ram Raghunayak. Falling to the ground as Hanumanji is struck, he's chanting still. Ram, 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 Ram. He's chanting that name of Prabhu Shri Ram. Sunni priya bachan bharat badhai, kapisam nipati atur aaye. You say I can sing the wrong words now. We just have to make little mistakes in between. I wouldn't sing the wrong words. I would make a mistake, I will stop and make sure I try to pronounce it correctly, right? So, Suni Priya Bachana, Bharat Tava Bhai, Kapi Samipa Ati Atur Ai. Now, when Bharata heard these words being chanted, being muttered right, by Hanumanji and all, Bharata, rushed forth there now to see who it is he struck with this arrow. He's thinking this is Rakshas, but it's not Rakshas. Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Devotees, here now, see Hanumanji in pain there now. He clasps onto Hanumanji and he holds him closely here now. As he holds him there, he tries to wake Hanumanji. You know, Hanumanji is lying there, unconscious. Mukamalina mana bhaye dukhari kahata bachana bhari lochana bari. And here now, with tears in his eyes and so much sorrow in his heart, his face very, very sad at this point in time. Bharata, as he holds Hanumanji closely there now, he spoke to Hanumanji trying to bring him back to consciousness. And what does he say at this point in time? You know, he's not just speaking to Hanumanji, but he's speaking to Bhagwan. You know, sometimes when things happen in our lives, we start to speak to Bhagwan and we start to speak to the universe. I don't know if you do that. I do that. We're walking all over the house and thinking, God, I know, you know, exactly, that's self. You know, you start talking about walking all over the house and thinking, right? I don't know if you do that, but I do that, right? If you don't think I'm crazy, okay? Right? Sometimes you start relating. So here now he starts to say, Jehi miri Rama bimukha mohi kinha, tehi puni yaha darun dukha dina. He says, that same divine will of the Lord that has allowed me to be separated from Rama is the same that has also inflicted this terrible suffering upon me now. So you see what I told you before, sometimes when we have nothing else to say, nothing else to do, we start blaming even God. You see, we have a perfect example. You start blaming, oh, God is responsible. No, God is not responsible. We are responsible. Who tell him to shoot the arrow? You see something coming in, you're not sure. You understand? Delusion also, you know what I mean? It's just a different perspective, right? Delusion also, you're thinking that it's something else. Do not take action until you are certain, until you're sure. But this is Leela, right? It is just happening, being enacted in this way. So here now, Jao More Mana Bacha Aru Kaya Priti Rama Para Kamala Amaya. He says now, he's speaking to the universe, God, the multiverse, and he's saying now, he says, if in thought, word, and deed, I truly cherish sincere faith, love, and devotion to the feet of Rama. Tau kapi ho bigata shrama sula jao mo para Raghupati anu kula. He says, and if Raghunath, if Prabhu Shri Ram himself is gracious towards me, then jao mo para Raghupati anu kula. He says, tau kapi ho bigata shrama sula. He says, may this monkey, well, he's saying here, that's how they use it, right? In terms. He says, may he be relieved, may he come back to life, may he regain consciousness and remove all that pain and all of these things that he's experiencing. Sunata bachana uti baitha kapisa kahi jaya jayati kusala dhisa. And here now, when that was being said, Hanumanji rose there, he sat up and he glorified the name of Prabhu Shri Ram. All glory to Kosala Dhisa, the Lord of Kosala, Ayodhya Nagari, Lord Prabhu Shri Ram. Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. Devotees, Hanumanji sits up there. What happens next? Katha continues. Next week, Jai Shri Ram. So beautiful. So you see, we are still on Lai se jeevan lakhan jiaaye Shri Raghuveer har shiur laaye. We're still there, right? So we take some time as we are going along to see when he reaches, because little things happen in between. You see, sometimes we hear the entire katha itself and it's given in a nutshell, but all these little details are sometimes missed out, you know? So now you're getting all the little details that transpire in between all of these things that happens, right? So we will continue discussing as we continue week after week as we go further into these verses to understand what happens as Bharat has a conversation with Hanumanji, now starts to ask of the well-being of Prabhu Shri Ram and all of these different things. And then eventually he sets off to go to where Lakshmana is to carry this mountain, to carry that Sanjeevani hill. Right? Bolo Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. So while Arati has been done, just like we do every week, we join and we chant verses of Sri Hanuman Chalisa. So I ask you all, please, Karava Jai, stand. Om Sajan Javadi Sanitam Hai Ramnadipam Jahadeva Shakrayakam Tignapaha Deepam Drishyami. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijaman Mukura Sudhar Barano Raghuvar Vimalesha Jodaya Kupalachari Buddhihina Tanu Janiki Sumiro Pavana Kumar Valbudi Vidya Dehumohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Bajalo ji Hanuman Bajalo ji Hanuman Bajalo ji Hanuman Bajalo ji Hanuman Jai Hanuman Jnana Gun Sagar Jai Kapish Tihu Lokam Jana Ram Dut
जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीणा सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा हे पर से जगत उजियारा अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता भजलो जी हनुमान भजलो जी हनुमान तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे और देवता चित्त न धरे हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो यहाँ पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा भजलो जी हनुमान 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 पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप रामा मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभु ओ रामा हृदय बसहु सुरभु सियावर रामचंद्र पर जय शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम बोलो जय सिया राम बोलो जय सिया राम. At this point in time, we clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads and pray as we thank Bhagwan for blessing us with this most wonderful opportunity to join and pray here today. Bhagwan, we pray blessings for ourselves, we pray blessings upon our families, our mandir, our homes, our village, our country, the world at large as we pray. Om Tvameva Mata च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. ओम सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु. ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. With faith, with love and devotion, we lift our voices as we chant Dikshit to Bhagwan. बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. श्री आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. नहीं जय ना. और पुत्र हनुमान की जय. श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. हर नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव. जय सीताराम everyone.